the reality of hell fire and its horror torment. But it always pricked my heart when I examined the church and behold unseriousness emitting among the brethren, competing for church leadership post, lusting after money, women, sex, and various kind of secret sin. It always sprout discouragement because the church is not yet ready for the rapture and most of the brethren don't gives a heck about repentance and the danger of their soul after death. Presently I don't know the reason why you are in the church, but you must understand that you are no longer getting younger. Each day you are naturally getting nearer to your grave, and nothing shall hinder or prevent you from dying someday. But where have you set aside to spend your eternity? Death of a man in church. My friend, life is empty and void because nothing here on earth lasts forever. Your academic or degree, job, ecclesiastical titles, families, children, husband or wife shall disperse and abandon you someday. Dead man's skeleton in grave. On that fateful day when your spouse, children, parent, colleague, or neighbor will call out your name, screamed and lamented over you dead body, but unknown to them that you already trending in mysterious journey in eternity. The journey toward eternity. In such journey, it's either you behold yourself in heaven or hell fire, and at such moment, all the sermon, the daily salvation messages flooding in your social media timeline, pastors, and church counseling will fades away, and you will behold yourself in most dreadful judgment spot of your life. The judgment of a man after death. Read also, the great judgment day of the Lord. My friend, the message about the reality of hell fire and its horror torment is literally meant for you and not that soul beside, because you don't have much time again to waste in this decayed and perverted world. Hell fire is a great furnace, and it has enlarges her mouth to engulf as many who are presently indulging in secret sin. It doesn't matter the years you have spent in the ministry or your spiritual dedication in the missionary field, hell fire hasn't given up hope on you. You can still wound up in hell if you are not careful, because you are not an angel. Hell can't be complete without backslidden Christian. You don't wear earrings, women trouser, makes UPS, necklace and elaborates attachments, but still uses rubber and wool to plait your hair. What does it make you? You don't fornicate, steal, lust, keep malice, but still gossip and slanders others. What does it make you? You don't drink alcoholic, dress immodesty, fight and quarrels, but still harbor hatred and bitterness. What does it make you? You attend night vigils, punctual in midweek's church fellowship, fervent in preaching the gospel, but still tell lies. What does it make you? You are a renowned leader in your church, respected and honored, but still lusting after men and women. What does it make you? Psalm 9:17. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget God. Hell can't be complete without swallowing compromisers in the church, who refuses to embrace repentance and confess their secret sins while the grace still abound. Therefore, if you wish to remain as compromisers in the church or wish to embrace genuine salvation today, I can't compel you in making such choice. Because life is personal and you're presently operating under a free choice of life. Souls in lake of fire. Moreover, if you persist to dwell in your secret sin, have these in mind: if you miss heaven, you will definitely be among the Christian that will be doomed in hell, because hell can't be complete without backsliders, gossipers, lustful and lovers of things of this world, and including deceptive preachers and pastors. You are heading over to hell in sin. Many years ago I used to live my life in ignorant of eternal punishment of sin, though I often go to church, but that doesn't make me a Christian and neither an escape route of God's punishment for sin. However, by infinite mercy of God upon my life, He exposed my knowledge unto eternal punishment of sin in hell. When I behold the horror painfulness of hell, I shed horrific tears for several days. In fact, I panicked in great fear, because what I behold in hell was horrible. The whole problem of the world can't be compared with 1 minute in dungeon pit of hell. If perhaps you called yourself a Christian and right now you sincerely knew that your life is cumbered with hatred, lies, lustfulness, bitterness, unforgiveness, arrogant, anger, fornication, masturbation, pornography, gossiping, assumption, or whatever that might be your weak point. Read also, Do Not Glory Yet by Pastor Abraham Yakubu. My friend, if you refuse to confess all those sinfulness and embraced purity of heart, you shall be among in number that shall shed terribly tears of regrets in hell. Revelation 21:8 But the fearful, and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars, shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. The hell, suffering and torment for sinners. The reality of hell fire and torment. Hell is a state of lose and woe. It's the destination of a gloomy mind. Be it a man or a woman, no one can escape from such kingdom. Once you enter, you are doomed forever. Hell is a place of tears and confusion, hunger, thirst, and burning heat which brings upon untold suffering. It's a place where human beings are packed together. Women in hell fire. Hell is filled with vomits and misshapen bodies. It's a place where human souls experienced regeneration or rebirth millions times each day. The pain is horrific and the suffering is endless. In hell, there is no pity, no light, no food, no water, no God's mercy or His compassion. In hell there is no second chance. In hell you are lonely and deserted. Your family shall write you off on earth while you kept experiencing an excruciating horrific pain for eternity, and if you refuse to drop all this sinfulness in your life, you will surely head over there very soon. A lost soul, speak from hell. A lost soul, speak from hell. Our miseries in this infernal dungeon are of two kinds, what we have lost, and what we suffer. I will first speak about what we have lost. 1. In this sad dark place of misery and sorrow, we have lost the presence of the ever-blessed God. This is what makes this dungeon hell. Though we had lost 1,000 worlds, it would not be as important as this one greatest loss. Could we but see the least glimpse of His favor here, we might be happy, but have lost it to our everlasting woe. 2. Here we have also lost the company of saints and angels, and instead have nothing but tormenting devils. A lost soul, speak from hell. 3. Here we have lost heaven, 2, the center of blessedness. There is a deep gulf between us and heaven, so that we are shut out from it forever. Those everlasting gates that let the redeemed into heaven are now forever shut against us. 4. To make our wretchedness far worse, we have lost the hope of ever obtaining a better condition. This makes us truly hopeless. Well, may our hearts now break, since we are both without hope and help. This is what we have lost, and if we think of these things, it is enough to tear and gnaw upon our miserable souls forever. Yet, oh, that this were all that our torments were! But we are also tormented by suffering and pain, as I will try to explain to you now. First, we undergo a variety of torments. We are tormented here 1,000, no, 10,000 different ways. Those that suffer upon the earth seldom have more than one affliction at a time. But if they had ulcers, gallstones, headaches, and fever all at the same time, would they not think they were very miserable? Yet all those together are but like the biting of a flea compared to those intolerable, sharp pains that we endure. Here we have all the sufferings of hell. Here is an unquenchable fire which burns us, a lake of burning brimstone that ever chokes us, and eternal chains that bind us. Here there is utter darkness to frighten us, and a worm of conscience that gnaws upon us everlastingly. Any one of these is worse to bear than all the torments that mankind ever felt on earth. But our torments here are not only various, but are also complete. They afflict every part of the body, and torment all the powers of the soul. This makes what we suffer the worst of tortures. In those sicknesses which men have on earth, though some members of their bodies will suffer, yet other parts will have no pain. Here it is different, every member of the soul and body suffers at the same time. The reality of hell fire and its horror torment. Our eyes are tormented here with the sight of devils who appear in all the horrible shapes and black appearances that sin can give them. Our ears are continually tormented with the loud continual yelling of the damned. Our nostrils are smothered with sulphurous flames, our tongues with burning blisters, and the whole body is rolled in flames of liquid fire. All the powers and faculties of our souls are also tormented here. The imagination suffers with the thoughts of our present pain and the memory of the heaven we have lost. Our minds are tormented as we remember how foolishly we spent our precious time on earth. Our understanding is tormented with the thoughts of our past pleasures, present pains, and future sorrows, which are to last forever. And our consciences are tormented with a continual gnawing worm. Read also, Another Warning About Hell Fire by Eubenie Kingsley. 3. Another thing that makes our misery so awful is the sharpness of our torments. The fire that burns us is so violent that all the water in the sea can never quench it. The pains we suffer here are so extreme that it is impossible for anyone to know them except the damned. For another part of our misery is the ceaselessness of our torments. As various, as complete, and as extremely violent as they are also continual. We have no rest from them. If there were any relaxation, it might be some relief. But there is no easing of our torments, and what we suffer now we must suffer forever. 5. The society or company we have here is another part of our misery. Tormenting devils and tormented souls are all our company. Dreadful shrieks, howling, and fearful cursing are our continual conversation. Because of the fierceness of our pain. Demons tormenting soul in hell. 6. The place we are in also increases our sufferings. It is the completion of all misery, a prison, a dungeon, a bottomless pit, a lake of brimstone, a furnace of fire that burns to eternity, the blackness of darkness forever, and lastly, hell itself. Such a wretched place as this can only increase our wretchedness. 7. The cruelty of our tormentors is another thing that adds to our sufferings. Our tormentors are devils, in whom there is no pity. While they are tormented themselves, they still take pleasure in tormenting us. 8. All those sufferings that I have recounted are very grievous. But that which makes them the most grievous is that they shall always be forever. All of our intolerable sufferings shall last to all eternity. Depart from me, ye accursed, into everlasting fire, is what continually sounds in my ears. Oh, that I could reverse that fatal sentence! Oh, if there was but a bare possibility of salvation! This is the miserable situation we are in, and shall be in forever. My friend, you have just read a true account and confession of the cry of the damned soul in hell. Brethren, hell has no pity. Hell has no respect or ever cares of your earthly exploits or church entitlement. Hell is wicked and terribly outrageous and perfect in torments. At this moment of your Christian life, are you seriously sure your name are written boldly in the book of life, or perhaps you are just going to church for going's sake? My advice goes thus: ensure you examined your present Christian secret lifestyles and makes sure that no iota of sin is found in you. In hell there is no water and neither peace of life. In hell, the soul are forgotten and outcast for eternity from God's mercy. While in hell, the love relations, friends and colleagues on earth will never cares about the suffering of their late ones in hell. The only way of escape is to embrace repentance through Christ and eschew every form of sinfulness. Because he that is guilty of lone sin is definitely guilty of all, because the nature torment of hell is for eternity.